All right, awesome. I'm Ben Janssen. I graduated in 2021, and I'm attending the Air Force Academy, and I will be a sophomore next year, going into commission into the Air Force as an officer. So. So my freshman year at the Air Force Academy, I started off in the middle of June. I went to basic training at the academy, and then that was 6 weeks long. It was pretty tough. And then we finished basic training at the beginning of August, and we started classes. And it was a tough first year of classes and training. Challenged me in a lot of ways, and but really brought out some things in me that I never saw before until I was pushed to my limits. But overall, it was a really tough year, but it was also something I'll never forget, and I'm grateful for. So I always kind of wanted to do something greater than myself, serve the country, and all of those things. And the Air Force Academy for me was the way to push my limits, because I knew it was going to be a challenge. And whether it was in schooling or with the military training, like, I wanted that challenge. I didn't want to just go to a normal college. I wanted to do something different and also serve my country. So it was the best opportunity for me to do those things. I see in my college that is quite different than a lot of colleges. We have quite a brotherhood with everybody, because things are so challenging, especially the freshman year. We kind of get a bond that really will last a lifetime, and like, we help each other out with everything. Everybody's got each other's back, and like, that's something I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. And that's helped me get through that tough freshman year. So it was an eye-opener. I thought it would be challenging, but I didn't think it'd be as challenging as it was right off the bat. And I really had to dig deep and challenge like myself and find new things in me I didn't know I had, because there was no way I was going to stay there if I couldn't do that. And a lot of my friends that were there, ended up deciding it wasn't for them. And I really had to dig deep to get myself to get through that and lean on my classmates and stuff. So it definitely caught me off guard, even though I knew I was getting into a challenge, but I didn't know it was going to challenge me that much. But I'm grateful for the challenge, because I've grown personally from it. So I think this is pretty applicable to any other college too. But like, as far as classes, in high school, you kind of get a lot of like rigid, like, structure in the classes with like homework and stuff, like what's going to be on the test, and what you should study, and how to prepare, and what to learn, and what to study on your own. But in college, there's a lot less structure. It's a lot more figure it out on your own. And you kind of have to study everything, because a lot of times not everything is given. You just kind of have to figure it out on your own. So that's probably the biggest jump, is the lack of structure. So you're more dependent on yourself. I have quite a few, but a lot of them we're hanging out with friends, just making memories that way. But like, as far as in school, I had a lot of memories in football and in baseball, that like, for example, the football season, winning one of our playoff games, and then even the last game we had was it was like a really bittersweet moment. Like, everything came to a close, and that was like a really powerful moment. And baseball making the state playoff for the first time in however many years, that was a really cool moment as well. The things I don't miss are being in college, like being on your own. I'm kind of I like to figure things out on my own and kind of have that ability to do what I would like to do, like whenever. So in high school, not being able to do those things for whatever reason, just not being an adult yet. In high school, I would study the things that we're told were going to be on the test, which a lot of times in high school, it was pretty clear cut, like study these things for the test, or so you know what you're doing. But so I would just kind of follow those things, the guidance from the teachers and stuff on what to study. Right. So at the academy, everybody graduates with a bachelor's of science. So we have a pretty tough core curriculum to start with, because we have to get all those science credits in. And then on top of that, you have a major. So I declared a major of civil engineering. So I'll have a bachelor's in civil engineering in 3 years when I graduate. So the courses are similar to other college courses, like for a bachelor's of science or for civil engineering. So the study habits have applied just like they did in high school, but to more of an extent where you got to figure out what you need to study more on your own. And that part has definitely been the most challenging, is figuring out what I need to study and what I should learn on my own and stuff like that. So academically, CHS provided a lot of ways for me to prepare, taking those advanced courses, whether it was like AP calculus or honors physics. Both of those, or a lot of those classes, applied right to some of the classes I took my freshman year. So it was great to kind of get a little head start in those courses, because those courses challenged me in high school. And as far as athletics, CHS, being at the academy, everybody has to play a sport, whether it's an intramural or an intercollegiate sport. And so, like, being involved with athletics my entire high school career, you know, being a part of a team, all those things definitely contributed to how I perform at the academy and the things I have to do there with athletics and stuff. Some of the teachers that had taught challenging courses and also allowed for more personal growth. So like teachers that gave a little less structure, not in a bad way, but in a way that made us put more responsibility on us to learn things and push ourselves. That's definitely been the most helpful, teachers that have done that. And I thank those teachers for helping prepare for college, because that was really beneficial. I would say don't be afraid to take risks, because or challenge yourself, because being comfortable or doing the things that you've always been comfortable with and not challenging yourself, it's great and fine and all, but challenging yourself is where you're gonna meet people, and you're gonna find things in yourself that you never knew you had, that you'd be so grateful that you took those challenges and those risks, because no reward comes without any risk. So you got to take risks, and you got to challenge yourself to get to where you want to be, and not just stay in the same place for the rest of your life. So just taking risks and challenges head on.